All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. And looks like we've got some interesting search terms today.
Yeah,
Someone out there is definitely thinking about winter weather
definitely.
and maybe even a little concerned about what might be headed their way.
Yeah, possibly.
I'm seeing a lot of searches for winter storm snow forecast, even winter storm Blair forecast.
Oh, interesting.
I gotta admit, I always get a little nervous when they start naming winter storms. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it feels serious.
Yeah, so what's the latest on this potential Blair situation?
Well, officially, the name Blair hasn't popped up on, like, the National Weather Service.
Right.
Or the Weather Channel's radar just yet.
Okay.
Those are always your best bet, most reliable sources.
Sure, the official word.
Yeah, exactly, for that kind of storm information. But the fact that people are searching for it does tell us something, Like, there's at least chatter online, maybe some early predictions going around, that sort of thing.
Makes sense. It's like the whispers on the wind before the storm hits,
Yeah, exactly. It's like the pre-storm buzz.
And it's interesting, too, because we've also got some very location-specific searches in the mix here.
Okay.
We've got St. Louis weather, Louisville weather, and thinking about that, along with a search for Evergy, which is a power company, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's right.
It kind of makes me wonder if there's a concern about potential power outages,
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. I mean, Evergy's service area, like you said, covers parts of Missouri and Kentucky.
Right.
And that's where St. Louis and Louisville are.
Exactly.
And, think about it. A foot of snow in Louisville can shut down the city for days.
Oh, easily.
They don't have the same snow removal infrastructure as places that get hit with snow more often.
Yeah, they're not as well equipped.
Right. So, yeah, power outages are definitely a valid concern there.
Big time. So it seems like we've got someone out there who's definitely thinking about winter storms.
Definitely.
But what does that actually look like in those cities? What's the threshold between just a little bit of snow and a real disruption?
That's a great question. And you're right. Winter storm doesn't always mean the same thing everywhere you go.
Totally, yeah.
It really depends on where you are.
Right.
So, like, take St. Louis, for example.
Okay.
They tend to see more ice storms.
Oh, yeah.
Which can be really dangerous.
Absolutely.
You're talking downed power lines because of that weight of the ice-making roads. Totally impassable.
Yeah, black ice is no joke.
It's really scary, and it can cripple the city.
Yeah.
Now, Louisville, on the other hand,
Right.
they're more prone to just straight-up heavy snowfall.
Okay. Interesting. So different kinds of storms.
Different challenges.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right.
It really highlights how different winter storms can be, even within, a relatively small geographic area. And especially with those potential power outages that we were talking about earlier.
Right.
With that Evergy search, it seems like that's a real concern for our listener.
Absolutely.
So what are some things that people can do to be prepared?
Well, I think the most important thing is to be proactive.
Okay.
You got to think ahead.
Right.
Have a plan for staying warm, if the power goes out.
Yeah.
Charging your devices. Even how you're going to cook if you can't use your stove.
Right.
It's crucial.
Yeah.
So think about practical stuff, like extra blankets.
Yeah.
Making sure you've got a full propane tank for your grill if you have one.
Oh, good idea.
And stocking up on some non-perishable food.
Right. Gotta have the snacks.
Exactly. And it's always a good idea to have a battery-powered weather radio on hand, too.
Oh, that's a good one.
In case cell service gets disrupted.
Yeah, you don't want to be cut off.
No, you want to stay informed.
Absolutely. Well, that's all really solid advice.
I hope so.
So we've gone from just a handful of search terms.
I know, it's amazing.
To understanding potential storm impacts and even some practical preparedness tips.
It's incredible what you can glean from just those few keywords.
It's really amazing. So before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought to consider.
Okay.
When it comes to winter weather, what is your go-to source for information? Do you rely on apps, websites, local news, or maybe even just looking out your window?
Good old-fashioned observation.
Exactly. Tell us about it.
Let us know.
But in the meantime, stay warm, stay safe.
Yes.
And maybe have that hot cocoa ready just in case.
Always a good idea.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
All right, thanks for joining us for another deep dive. We'll catch you next time.
See ya.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.